BaconBit.
Hey, it's time for another Oscars BaconBit. Hey, did anyone care? Here we are again.
Yes. Somebody. No.
Conan O'Brien
We say
cared,
that every
guys.
year. Conan O'Brien was good.
That's what, Zach, I believe you're the one that said, I'm kind of sad I didn't watch the Oscars.
I didn't
this year."
actually watch it, and I watch it every year. I didn't watch it this year because I was very busy. And looking back, there was good stuff.
Yeah,
And
as
you
far
watched
as
the whole thing, didn't you, Ken?
I missed the first half hour, so I missed the Wicked sing-along or whatever it was.
Right.
Or did they sing a medley of songs
So
from
it
this
was
year?
a song from The Wizard of Oz.
Summer of the Rainbow.
It was a song from The Wiz.
He's on Down the Road.
And then...
No, it wasn't.
That came later with
I came later
Quincy
with the
Jones.
Quincy Jones
tribute.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. And then it was Defying Gravity without a really long break of her flying around and thinking and meeting with her
Like a
inner
Man of
child
Steel
and all
moment,
that.
right? Yeah.
It was like, no, we're just actually going to go into the song the way it should be done.
So yeah, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo sang that opening song, and then I don't know, was it?
And it really felt like a, hey, by the way, look, we can actually sing.
Yeah, which
It
is
really
cool.
felt showy in a good, in like the best way.
Just
And
like the James Bond one.
Oh, we'll get there. And there was a 20-minute monologue, which I did miss, of Conan. And that's why I subscribed to Fubo for the day. Because, by the way, Hulu wasn't quite working right.
No, it was like this big thing, like it's going to be streaming live on Hulu. So exciting. Streaming live on Hulu. First time ever. Streaming live on Hulu. Oh, you can't log in. Sorry, we're down.
So it was down. And not only that, but it went long. We'll get there. But they also cut off the telecast, the streaming telecast, right before the Best Actress.
Yeah,
Did you
because
know
it's
this?
like
No.
they didn't plan on it going over, and so they cut it off. And
the winner is...
Wait,
and that's it. And so you didn't see Best Picture or the Best
They
Actress.
didn't get it back up?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, that's a train
They
wreck.
might have, honestly, but I know I was talking to Emily. She was watching it on Hulu, and she's like, I said, I can't believe she won. She's like, thanks for ruining it. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so Hulu had some issues, but I did eventually watch it. And then obviously Twitter or YouTube has every video. So I watched the whole monologue and everything like that.
Which was funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What? Go on.
I messaged you guys. He took a dig at the Amelia Perez controversy.
Only one, though.
But
Well,
it
maybe
was
two.
a good one.
But it was
Yeah.
sharp enough that I was like, whoa, we can do that?
Because the way Conan
Because
is...
she's in the room.
He's not someone that's going to. A lot of hosts do this. They'll just make fun of they'll roast people in the audience.
Yeah.
Conan is the best comedian to make himself relevant. He roasts himself,
He does,
and that's what I love about him
self-depreciating
so
humor.
much. And I think he just did that.
It reminded me so much of his late night talk show
Yeah.
because he does the same thing. It's the same cadence, the same setup every time.
This is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here is the punchline.
Exactly.
And he did a really lousy song, but I was cracking up when I saw basically a character that he would have had on Late Night with Conan O'Brien,
Right.
which was the Dune Sandworm playing chopsticks.
Playing chopsticks.
Yes.
It actually was classic Conan late night.
Yes.
Like, it was great.
And
Yeah.
so I enjoyed that. I saw that clip. I saw a couple other clips of some speeches. I watched the James Bond parody.
Parody?
Sorry, tribute.
Yeah.
I might as well have been. I got a genuine guffaw over the Adam Sandler bit.
Yeah.
When he's dressed down at the Oscars.
Just because Adam Sandler went full Adam Sandler when
Yeah.
he's like, everybody should be dressed nice.
Oh, what are you
Adam. And he's like, Conan, my man. Like,
Nobody was talking about it before you.
you are embarrassing me in front of my peers.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Adam Sandler, who should have been nominated for Uncut Gems, is now just being Adam Sandler again.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
funny.
Good on him.
Chalamet.
Want to play a game of 5-on-5 basketball?
It is funny to me. So we have Timothée Chalamet. Did we find out he's like 28 today?
Something like that.
So he's been nominated twice so far, and this kid is gonna go far in Hollywood unless he dies early, But he's gonna go.
He's
do you
past
say it like
27.
that?
He's gonna be one of the greats.
We're on a list now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it wasn't a threat, and you can tell that Hollywood is just ready for this guy to be as big as he's gonna be because there were like 4 jokes targeted at Chalamet.
Yeah, when they're showing headshots of all the different actors and they show his first headshot and it's in
an
utero.
ultrasound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's so like down. I think he's in on the joke, and that's actually pretty cool.
Like even he was wearing like a yellow suit.
He
And
looked like
Conan-
a stick of butter.
And Conan said, "Don't worry, you're not going to get hit by a car while walking
Yeah.
home or something like that."
Yes. I've been a big fan of Chalamet, like many a sport fan, since he was on ESPN's College Game Day as the guest host or guest picker. And
He knew his stuff.
he like whether he did or didn't, he
Yeah.
delivered it so confidently. Like somebody wrote a script for him, and he sounded. I'm like, yeah, Chalamet's cool.
So I didn't watch it. Kent, do you have any other insights on kind of the watching experience of watching it?
It
That's the
was
watching
it was far too long. Obviously, commercials are the worst. Some of the speeches, obviously, some went too short and they were rude. they cut off Dune speaking after like 20 seconds. And you could tell who was swearing. Oh, Miley Cyrus was not audibly swearing, but swearing that they cut. She was one of the presenters. They gave it to Dune.
And she swore?
And she swore on their behalf because they cut them off so fast.
Oh.
And then, Adrian Brody. We'll get there. But I will say, like, there was a James Bond tribute before we get to the awards.
I may have heard about it, but I didn't watch that clip.
Do we want to talk about it now? No?
We'll get there when we talk about him. There was a James Bond tribute, which I thought was so confusing.
Why was it there? There was no James Bond film movie this year.
Are we 4 years away from a Bond movie?
Because Barbara Broccoli is retiring or something?
I think it was like in your face Amazon sort of thing. Because Amazon's taking over. Everything's
that just
kind of
happened? Did
soulless.
they just throw this thing together? I was so confused why we have a pace ruining 7-minute James Bond tribute. Again, I'm the Bond guy.
With the Requiem by Mozart playing in the background.
Why?
Yeah, the In Memoriam?
We're jumping around. Sorry.
Were they trying to resurrect the dead with that song?
That's from like Mozart, the Academy Award winning picture. Amadeus, that's what it is.
Listen, but I'm always picturing blackbird singing in the dead of night, but instead it's like, it was basically the Omen soundtrack playing while they played the In Memoriam.
Although it was weird, it's a weird vibe to it, I thought. And them leaving out Olivia Hussey really did tick me off. That was one where I went,
Olivia Hussey, Tony Todd.
The guy from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name now. I feel
Billy
bad.
Zane.
Bernard Hill is his name.
Hill.
Oh.
And then Michelle Trachtenberg. People are also a little
That
bit
one I'll
upset.
give a pass.
Because it's so recent.
Just barely happened.
Although they did give like a big opening number to Gene Hackman.
It's weird that they showed the true crime case of Gene Hackman's death in that whole thing. No, I'm kidding. They should have, though, because it's so
bizarre.
weird. Anyway, so let's get to the stats of the show, and then we'll talk about...
as we get to each category. Yeah. So I just want to point out real quick, this is kind of spoilers, but, whatever. Honora won 5 awards, which was the most wins of the night. Good for them. Brutalist got 3. The telecast drew in 19.7 million viewers in the United States.
Is that high or low?
Originally, it was reported as 18.1, which was a 7% decrease from last year.
Okay.
But they're like, no. We forgot to add these streams in that we do, this other I don't know what they call it, criteria or whatever, so that it bumped it up to 19.7, which is a 1% increase from last year.
But just for context, that is still 50% down from 10 years ago.
Yeah, 2014 they were getting like 40 million views, and now they're getting like less than
2014.
20. But then also this is the highest in 5 years for the new 9.7 million.
It's a bit surprising.
This is the highest post-pandemic.
Because last year we had Oppenheimer and Barbie, and I know we had Wicked this year, but still.
It was Conan. It literally was Conan. No one was watching because of the movies.
But also, apparently there was a steep fall off post Wicked performance.
Oh, really?
People were actually just tuning in for that, and there was a big drop off. Like I want to say I saw something to the tune of 10 million.
Yeah,
like fell off for that.
And then I wanted to point out, as I usually do, I do have the gift bag. You guys know that every time they have the big categories.
Yeah. Even
if you lose, you still get a gift bag. The gift bag was worth $217,000. Now, normally at this time,
more than I make in a month. That's a Joel joke.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, you can look it up. There's no way of knowing. But
that's a Zack joke.
Then usually I kind of get after the gift bag for how ridiculous the items are. And yes, giving someone who lost an award a $270,000 gift bag when they probably already got a pretty good check for the movie anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of people who got squat.
Yeah.
So.
But the most valuable item in the gift basket was $50,000 to spend at Mason Construction. And that's because they can say each celebrity can redeem the gift for themselves, or they can direct the opportunity to support fire victims.
That's really cool.
For construction. I was like, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also, nominees received a 1-year subscription to Bright Harbor's disaster relief services and an additional 10 subscriptions to give to others.
That's great.
So once again, I was like, that's actually kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, it's good.
And then it gets in the weird stuff. Like a $25,000 live show from Mentalist to the Stars, Carl Chrisman. I'd love to get $25,000.
Yeah, private show.
$25,000 to go tell someone, you're thinking about cheese, Zach.
Mentalist shows can be fun.
Melted cheese.
They can't be, $25,000?
For the stars.
They're also
you $250.
Also in this gift bag for Oscar nominees, they get a $25,000 Ancestry DNA VIP family history experience.
They fly them to Salt Lake downtown.
Yeah, no joke.
Which I was like, what on earth do you pay $25,000 for
It's better swabs. It's a little bit silkier.
You can find out a bunch of that for free in downtown Salt Lake.
You can. But apparently you see a genealogist, a genealogist professional will build the nominee's family tree back several generations and then walk them and their family through the findings.
It's someone's grandma that is in the family history museum.
$25,000.
Yeah.
$8,500 Satan.
You're just mad because you didn't think of it.
$8,500 Satan Wellness Retreat. Oh, sorry, that's Satani. Which
I was real confused.
Joel, you might be right.
$5,200 stay at Cotton House Hotel in Barcelona. $3,500 wellness retreat from 3D Wellness. $1,500 worth of pocket squares from Daniel Ashley Company.
Oh, that'd be great.
But that's probably three of them.
Squares.
I bet it's three of them.
They get some film-inspired merchandise from Alamo Draft House. They get some skincare products.
Like they care about movies.
They get some cannabis products. And they get a John Booz cutting board. $240.
A booze block?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, those are great.
But for $240?
Yeah.
For a piece of wood?
Oh, that you'll have for the rest of your life as long as you take care of it. Make sure you get it all oiled up. Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
I would love one of those.
All right, Zach, we need to get you nominated.
Yeah, we'll get Zach. That's our goal this next time, listener. Patrons. Anyway, that's some random facts and stats.
Nice.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump into it?
Let's do it.
One quick fact and stat for those that participated in the ballot that we put out.
Yeah.
I can't come up with words today.
It's fine.
The highest score we had was 17 points.
No.
And the lowest score we had was 2 points.
Is that Ryan again?
I'm not going to name names.
Oops.
But that's going to say a wide range there. But let's jump into the category.
Now I want to look. Okay, so let's run off the categories. We'll say who we said would win and who actually won.
Yes.
So first up, let's go with actress in a supporting role.
I said Zoe Saldana.
I also said Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, we all did. And
that was the correct answer. And 63% of you, the listener, agreed with us and got it right. So there you go. Congratulations.
Okay, how about actor in a supporting role?
I said Kieran Culkin in Real Pain.
All did.
Yes, we did. We by the way,
we all agreed most of the time.
We agreed most of the time. And when all three of us agreed on it, we actually did quite well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the 83% of the listener also agreed with Kieran Culkin. And it was indeed Kieran Culkin from Real Pain.
Writing original screenplay, we all said Honora.
Yes, we did. And 56% of the listener agreed with us. And they were correct.
I wonder how many people that voted saw Honora. Just wondering. I wonder how many people.
I think they went,
by the way,
based on our things.
Have you seen anything when they talk to the Oscar voters and they're like, I didn't actually watch this movie?
Yeah, there's a lot of that chatter this year.
I'm a little upset about it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be an Oscar voter. I watched most of the movies.
Yeah.
What people were saying is they loved Conan hosting because it seemed like he actually liked movies, and now they want him to be on the voting board.
Yes.
So
honestly.
Somebody is there who actually likes movies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next up is writing adapted screenplay. We all said Conclave.
We all said Conclave, and the winner was Conclave.
Perfect.
Just said that.
87.8 or 88% of the listener agreed with us. So good job, listener. Good job listening to us.
Visual effects. We all said Dune Part 2.
I wanted Better Man to win.
Oh, okay.
You did.
I was waiting for them to just say it again.
Yeah. And Dune won.
Dune won?
Dune Part 2 won. 75% of the listener got this correct as well. Good job. Good job, listener.
Okay. Sound, which Dune Part 2. We all said Dune Part 2.
Yes, we did.
We all said Dune Part 2, as did 66% of the listener, and Dune Part 2 was correct.
Wow.
Man, we are just doing great, guys.
I mean, pat ourselves on the back.
Did we get 23
great.
out of 23?
We did not.
Okay.
20 out of 23 and me?
Did you get one of those kids? Okay, next up is music, original score. We all said The Brutalist.
We all said The Brutalist, as did 51.2%
of the
getting
listener. Lower. What did other people say?
They were saying Wicked, and they were saying Wild Robot, but the truth is it was The Brutalist. The Brutalist won, although, man.
Should it have been Wild Robot?
The Wild Robot was so good.
I know, honestly.
I love that score now.
And now, live action short film.
We all said The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent, as did 14% of the listener.
Oh.
Oh, no, excuse me. Sorry. 56% of the listener agreed with us.
Okay.
But we led them astray.
Yeah, we did.
Because only 14% got it correct, because the answer was I'm Not a Robot was the live action short film winner.
Sounds like something a robot would say.
Yeah. Which I did say I was interested in seeing that one. Like, I like the premise of it. Sounds like a kind of a Black Mirror, Twilight Zone.
I mean, we judge these off of trailers, so it makes sense.
Yeah, but that was a little more split.
Next is animated short film. I said Magic Candy.
I said Wander to Wonder.
I said Beautiful Men. And we joked on the episode. I don't know if you guys remember this. We said, this is going to determine who wins this thing. And then we also said, what if it's one of the other ones we didn't pick?
It was.
Ha ha. Yeah, it was In the Shadow of the Cypress was the correct answer.
Yeah.
Only 9% of the listener went with this one. Most of them.
Good on them.
Most of them actually went with Wander to Wonder.
Yeah.
They followed
Phil's
Kent
the
in that
coolest.
regard.
I'm
And
sorry.
they were wrong.
I led you astray.
Can't let them astray.
Then documentary short film. I said The Only Girl in the Orchestra.
I said Incident.
And I said, I Am Ready, Warden.
Zach, how did you know?
Because it was The Only Girl in the Orchestra, which only 10% of the listener agreed.
They reward music ones. Have you noticed?
They do like those.
They like the inspirational
But I
music
did
ones.
feel like, I don't know, I thought there was such emotion behind I Am Ready, Warden and Incident.
Yes.
Death by Numbers. Mm-hmm. And then Instrument of Beating Heart and Only Girl in the Orchestra both seem kind of like, oh, nice, little musical.
Yeah.
Musical ones.
A little too cheery for the Oscars. Wait, what percentage of the audience said The Only Girl in the Orchestra?
Only 9.8%.
Oh, okay.
But they were correct. If they followed Zach, they were correct. Which, dang
Nobody's
it.
ever said that before.
That means Kent's in the lead, or Zach's in the lead.
Oh, no.
I'll lose it some way. How about documentary feature film?
We all said No Other Land, which was the correct answer, as did 56% of the audience.
Okay.
That sentence didn't make sense. But
Yeah,
flip
we
it.
got there.
Yeah. Fix it in post, Kent.
And this is where I start to lose it. Production design.
You didn't lose on this one.
We all said
This
Wicked.
is where I'm starting.
We all
Oh,
said
hold on.
Wicked, as
Hold on.
did 66% of the listener, and it ended up being the right answer. Production design to Wicked.
So I start going on a Wicked,
Which-
a whole thing, and this is bad for me because makeup and hairstyling.
Well, hold on. I do want to talk about production design because that was one of the categories where they had Ben Stiller.
Oh my
do a
gosh,
bit.
that was so good.
So they had a bit with Ben Stiller when he was like the stage
It was
didn't raise
the
correctly.
limbs.
So he's like doing the monologue halfway up and then it starts going down and up, and it was a good bit.
And it worked because he just delivered it like so well. You forget how funny Ben Stiller can be because he doesn't do that stuff anymore.
No.
He does Severance.
Yes. Which is good.
Makeup and hairstyling.
You said Wicked.
I said Wicked.
We said the substance. Kent and I did. I should gesture. Like,
Yeah.
Kent and I said
Yes, we did.
substance. Zach said Wicked. And 51% of the listener also said the substance. They followed Kent and I.
Yeah.
And Kent and I were correct, and Zach did not get Wicked correct. Sorry, Zach. So we're back all tied together, right?
I don't know why I picked Wicked.
But hey, we're buddies again.
Actually,
'cause
I do.
It's
AI.
time for costume design.
Costume design. We all picked Wicked.
Yes,
we all
did.
picked Wicked, as did 78% of the listener, and it was the correct answer. Wicked got they got costume design and production. No, we'll get there.
Now we're getting into the controversy because the clear nominated favorite was Emilia Perez for international feature film. It got 13 nominations.
Typically, if an international film is nominated for Best Picture, that one has been the international film winner.
Though two of them were, because I'm Still Here from Brazil was also nominated, but not much else. Like Best Actress, but not even I don't even think Best Director. But Emilia Perez, before the controversy, was the favorite.
Yeah.
And thank goodness there was controversy.
So Zach, he went with the odds pre-controversy, which was Emilia Perez, and Kent and I both went with I'm Still Here from Brazil. And we had 41.5% of the listener agree with us because it was the correct answer. I'm
Zach,
Still
where are
Here.
you on this one? Jeez.
I thought it would overcome.
It's okay.
I thought that
Emilia will overcome.
I thought that the voters. This is not. I'm really thinking the voters did not know about the controversy. I still believe that. They don't even watch the movies. How do they know what's going on Twitter?
Maybe that's why they're not watching the movies. They're on their phone the whole time.
Could be.
Be like, did you hear what they said?
What are they? One of your dates, Kent?
What?
Stuck on a phone. Wow. Okay. Film editing. I said Emilia Perez on this one.
Kent and I both said Conclave, and
we were all wrong, right?
We were all wrong. The correct answer was Honora. 10% of the listener got that right.
Having seen Conclave now, Joel, would you still say Conclave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Honora though.
I've seen them all, and it's
I'll tell
the
you
best.
what. I'm going to see a different type of editing when it comes to Honora.
Yes, you are.
How about animated feature film where we all said Wild Robot? Dang it.
We all said Wild Robot, as did 88% of the listener.
Did you guys see Andrew Garfield? He came out with Goldie Hawn for this award. To present this award, and he was like, "Oh, Goldie, my mom loved watching you, and growing up, you were an icon, and I can't fawn over you enough." And she's like, "Thanks, kid." She was like Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah.
She did not care. I'm like, oh, poor Andrew Garfield doesn't know what he's doing.
This may be the biggest discrepancy we have, though, because only 2% of the listener got it right. because inanimate.
You spent the whole time bashing on it, Joel.
I bet it was spent.
I didn't bash on it.
You said it was a PlayStation game.
It is. It's a PlayStation 2 cutscene.
It is at least PlayStation 3. Okay.
But it's as like indie as you can get, right? It really is the little movie that could.
And it did win. Flow won. Wild Robot lost. I'm not happy about that, actually.
We blew past the category, but I want to
my gosh. Yeah, sorry.
I want to go back to makeup and hairstyling real quick.
Oh,
with the presenters, it was Scarlett Johansson and
June Squibb.
June Squibb.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. Where
it's great.
She said June Squibb said that she was wearing so much makeup and actually was being played by Bill Skarsgård. That 50% of the time she's actually just Bill Skarsgård.
She's so
the real
funny.
June Squibb was at home reading a book. And after that, everyone's like, I want June Squibb in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Thelma if you haven't already. She's great in it.
Okay. Next up is cinematography.
All three of us said The Brutalist, as did 56% of the listener, and we were all correct. It was The Brutalist for cinematography.
Joel, could you sing the best song choice? Honestly,
Yes.
really good.
Now this is
My
one.
performance?
Yeah. No, not the song.
Did you see
Come on.
Did you see the speech for this one?
No.
Where she just starts going, Amelia. Very
Wow.
awkward. It's probably the most cringy moment of the whole show.
Wait, who did?
The
One of the
lady
songwriters.
who sang.
Ah.
And thank you to Emilia. Epifania. Emilia. Epifania.
But all three of us said El Mal from Emilia Perez, as did 39% of the listener, and we were correct. It was El Mal from Emilia Perez, one of the few times Emilia Perez won, even though it was nominated 13 times.
Thank goodness.
Now we have actor in a leading role, and hold on, I've done this before. I've done this before. I've got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. Who won in this category?
Like who actually won?
Actor in a leading role.
Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I've done this before. No, I'm going to keep talking for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You guys didn't watch it, did you?
I did.
No, neither
No.
one of you guys are not
No,
getting the reference. He literally,
No.
they started playing the music.
Bless his
and
heart.
he told them to stop because I've done this before.
Yeah. So
What does that mean? I've done this before.
He won an Oscar.
He won
Right,
22
but what does
years
that mean
ago.
to like stop playing the music? I've done this before.
Because he's
it gets
basically
extra
like
time.
He's like, you guys can stop anytime you want. I've done this before. So what he does is tells a story about how you can achieve the height of stardom and then fall into obscurity and then it gets stardom again. It's the story of Hollywood. And then before he thanks anyone, the music starts playing. And he goes, stop, I'll be brief. At least 3.5 more minutes go by. Right?
Yes, and so people are comparing it to his movie where it was overly long, had a musical interlude in the
Intermission,
middle,
yeah.
and fizzled out at the end.
And I'm wrapping up. Please, I'm wrapping up. I will wrap up. Please turn the music off. I've done this before. Thank you. Done this before. It's not my first rodeo, but I will be brief. I will not be egregious, I promise.
Yeah. I mean, bless his heart. Like, I think it's cool that he won again, but it was
Halle Berry again. I saw that.
It was the longest speech. It was 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Oy.
Never in Oscar history.
In Oscar history.
Yeah.
It is the longest in Oscar history, really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. By the way, all three of us said Adrian Brody,
Yes, we
as
did.
did 53% of listener, and we were correct, as we already mentioned.
How about actress in a leading role?
So, Zach, you said Mickey Madison. And
Mikey Madison.
Mikey Madison, that's right. Sorry. Mikey Madison. Kent and I said Demi Moore. And, well, let's just say that Zach was right once again, because 7.3% of the listener agreed with Zach. And he was
Wow.
correct with Mikey Madison, who... I watched her speech and I just came out, well, that was a weird shout out at the beginning there.
Yeah, well, what's interesting with her is she's part of the crop where apparently Quentin Tarantino just discovered the next batch of stars. Because if you look at the main Manson family from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it's all of the big players like this year.
Huh.
Not all of them, but they are all.
Austin-
big players.
it's Austin Butler.
Quentin Tarantino was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he announced the director, which came up next. But it was like Austin Butler,
her, Mikey Madison,
Sydney
Sweeney. There was someone,
Maya Hawke,
yeah,
and Margaret Qualley.
Maya Hawke.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, dude,
Wow.
we accidentally just discovered the next.
And it's weird
set of
because
stars.
they all have nice feet. It's weird. So it's Quentin Tarantino.
That's your opinion, Kent.
Our next category.
I
is-
haven't looked that much into it, Kent.
Can I just say this? Well, the feet are definitely on display in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So usually they have the previous year's best director winner. announce the best directing for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan is currently filming The Odyssey with half of Hollywood. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there were almost no real movie stars at the Oscars this year. The people nominated were there, but there was like a notable exception of like obviously Matt Damon, but like a lot of like Leonardo DiCaprio, all these major people that are usually there, no one was really there.
Well,
I didn't notice.
About 70% of them, specifically the older ones, probably all got COVID from the SNL party.
Oh, probably.
Including like very, not even kidding, Martin Short got COVID from
he did?
from the SNL party. So
jeez.
they probably were like, I just had my big get together. And then the other half are filming
So Quentin
Nolan
Tarantino came out and he gave the award to, I think the one we chose, all three of us chose.
All three of us chose Sean Baker,
Yes.
and as did 58% of the listener, and we were all correct.
I liked his speech. He put the Oscar down on the ground and he said, hey, go to the movies. Like the movie theaters are there for a reason. Streaming services are killing things. Meanwhile, like they literally Hulu cut the feed like right after that.
Did you see Conan's bit about this though?
Oh yeah,
Where
it
he
was
said
great.
that there's a new place that you can go see streaming in a building.
And they'll hold the screen for you.
Yeah, it's like, how do I hold the screen? It's like
The screen's on the wall.
The building will hold it.
Yeah.
By the way, Sean Baker, I want to point this out. He won 4 times, okay, which tied Walt Disney for most Oscars won by a person in the same year. But he has become the only person to win 4 Oscars in the same night for the same film in history. Just point that out.
Really?
Yep.
Because it was such an indie production that it was kind of his baby.
He wrote it, directed, produced, all that.
Wow.
So, yeah. So good on Sean Baker for making history. And he seemed like a nice enough guy.
Yeah, seems like a nice guy.
And then Best Picture.
Best Picture. The nominees were not that important because it ended up going to Anora, which all of us picked, as did 48% of the listener. So, Best Picture, Anora. Kent, Zach, you haven't seen it yet, right?
No.
How do you feel about that, Kent? Like, compared to, you've seen every Best Picture winner.
Uh-huh.
Where does this rank among them? Like in a tier 1 category, tier 2,
Middle.
or tier 3?
In the middle of everything.
Okay.
Like obviously, like I like Dune way more, Conclave even. Anything but Amelia Perez is a good thing. I saw Anora winning though.
Okay.
Just because it's a little shocking and then it's funny. And like I said, the Oscars are like, hey, look, we gave a comedy an award. Isn't that great? But at the same time, it's just a little too crass for anyone to truly see or appreciate except for the Academy. So it's a perfect choice for them, but man, it's a far drop from Oppenheimer last year.
That's what I was going to say. It just feels like, I don't know if any movie this year would have been the big, wow, that's an amazing movie and deserves to be Best Picture.
I think Brutalist was made to be the Best Picture winner, but that was kind of the joke, right? Like it's like, it's like handcrafted for that. Anora was like the little indie that could and did.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joel, I'm really curious when you see this one because you're actually going to watch a comedy instead of all the
It'll just
stuff in the beginning.
Clear Play will just jump over all the front stuff. And
Yeah, honestly, you'll probably be fine. The story's still there.
So that leads us to our little contest, gentlemen.
Okay.
Because we all went up against each other. We had a few differing answers in the minor categories, but overall we had a lot of the same. We thought, surely one of us will stand out among the others, considering we varied in those.
And we put Dylan's, it's Burgers and Shakes.
Yes, because of Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan's.
We did Dylan's. Dinner at Dylan's. Was it date night? Dinner at Dylan's?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, date night at Dylan's. And all 3 of us got 17 out of 23 correct. How that's possible?
So
I don't
annoying.
know.
I went with my heart with makeup and hairstyling. I could have won it.
You really could have.
Yeah.
I played the meta on the international film. Could have won it. Dang it.
We all could have. But we all could have lost too if we'd have gone the another way.
That's true.
So
That is how it works.
Oh, help me.
Hit or miss, guys. Hit or miss.
It's the Mighty Ducks It's the Mighty Ducks mentality when he's like, if it would have gone this way, it would have gone in. And he's like, what if it gone the other way? It would have missed it completely. And I always think about that whenever I think about it could have gone this way. But we also had the tiebreaker, which was guessing how long the Oscars would go. Kent, you said 197 minutes.
Which was shorter than last year's.
Zach, you said 211 minutes.
Whoa.
And I said 216 minutes.
Oh.
The official Wikipedia runtime for the Oscars, for the 97th Academy Awards, 230 minutes, which means...
my goodness.
Gentlemen, I want to tell you something. In the history of Baconsale Oscars, I have never been the sole winner.
Wow,
Ever.
really?
Yes, you have.
I tied with you in 2017. I tied with Jacob in 2019. And I have not won since.
Why is it always a joke that I lose all the time?
I don't know, because you've won outright twice now in the past. So this is my first time ever.
Do I ever win?
Yes, you won, 'cause you should go
won
Vegas
2022
odds.
and 2023.
Nice.
Like you came in, you hit the ground running.
Holy cow, Joel. Well
So,
done.
this is my first time winning, and I will take Dylan's. I will take Dylan's with pleasure. So, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, but the most important thing
The most important thing, the thing you came here to listen to, and you probably skipped to the end to listen to, is our listener ballot winner. Because we had 1, 2, 3, 4 different people get the same score as us, 17.
Wow. Usually
Correct.
they trounce us, but
Yes.
yeah.
And that was Jillian Reagan, Emily Kuntz, Casey Cummings, and Sean Purdy.
Okay.
And out of those, it came down to the tiebreaker question, which once again, the runtime, official Wikipedia runtime was 230 minutes. And so the winner, by guessing 222 minutes.
Wow.
Sean Purdy. Congratulations, Sean.
Way to go, Sean.
Sean,
And what does Sean win?
Sean, you reach out to us, DM us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Anything you want.
No.
Oh,
Take
We're
it
getting
easy.
you a $50 gift card to the movie theater, or your local movie theater. So reach out to us. We'll get that taken care of. But congratulations, Sean. And thank you all for filling out about. I love seeing everyone's
awesome.
guesses. Even those that got 2 on the quiz, we still appreciate what you did. And you made an impact.
Yeah, you
Thank
tried your best.
Yes. But there we go. Anything else to say about the Oscars, gentlemen?
I liked the part where Conan climbed out of Demi Moore.
Oh, Hulu just cut us off.